Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. And the question today is about screening airways and sleep before you do your Clin Check. And I guess what I want to get at is whether this is a kid or an adult, you need to be aware of what the size of the parking garage is for the tongue. Remember that the floor of the mouth is the base of the nose. So anything you do to the mouth, be it retracting incisors and decreasing the size of the tongue position, or expanding arches and increasing the size of the tongue position, whether you do it skeletally or you do it dentally, can change the position of the tongue. The position of the tongue, when it changes, if it doesn't have enough space up top, it's going to drop down. If it drops down, it could potentially block the airway. And I can't say it does because the research is not fully there yet. There's so many different layers of complexity, and there hasn't been a good longitudinal controlled study that directly connects all this, but it's indirectly connected. So you can search. If you want to go and do your white paper search, be my guest. They're out there. There's lots out there. You can go to orthodontics or extractions or anything like that, premolar extractions. You can go to transverse or palate arch expansion, comma scholar, and you can look up all the papers that have been done that do indirectly connect these things together. There just hasn't been a longitudinal controlled study done in an unbiased way that directly connects it. So, but you need to think about every single patient. So in kids, I have a lot of content about this. Obviously, we're screening for sleep, doing a sleep disordered breathing screening. We're doing probably some type of OMT or Ferris screening. When we're looking at Mallampati, we're looking at tonsils, we're taking the Ceph, looking at the adenoids. We're seeing if there's patent nasal breathing. We're looking at mouth posture. We're looking at tonicity of the muscles. Are they hypertonic? Are they hypotonic? Are they able to properly nasal breathe, close their mouth, eat and do all that with their mouth closed, sleep with their mouth closed? Are they able to do that? If not, we're not going to want to do any retractive or constrictive mechanics. All our mechanics need to be forward and out. And of course, hopefully you're taking a Ceph, you're getting the numbers, and you're making sure you're creating a nice, harmonious, balanced face that works for the patient. You're not just doing what mom says, and just trying to close up spaces if it's not the right thing to do. Okay, so that's kids. I've got tons of content in my Phase 1 Interceptive channel, which is all available for free within YouTube. I think the last I checked, there was over 300 videos. Or if you want CE units, we do have a course. It's available at my website, Straightsmile Solutions. Okay, next, adults. This is where people get, I guess sometimes if they work with me on a case, they can get a little frustrated because I'll say, wait, we can't just do all that. We can't do all that. We have to, and a lot of times in adults, things are more limited. We can't just necessarily expand. Yeah, there's surgical ways of expanding. And yeah, if you're putting in an appliance, that widens things. You really need to run this either by perio or take a CBCT, integrate in the plan, because the bone is not going to necessarily move with the teeth in the adult. Once the child is fully done growing, be it, 11, 12, 13 in a girl, 15 through 17 in a boy, could be earlier, could be later. Don't go by that. Obviously, you should look at all my videos on, puberty and things like that, just to make sure you understand how that works. We're not necessarily going to be able to expand the arches much, maybe a little bit in, a young adult. It'll go with it, but if you try to do too much, it will fenestrate through the bones, cause perio issues, cause mobility, and potentially devitalize the teeth. They might lose teeth. I see it happen all the time, not on my patients, but on other people's patients. I've seen what happens if you push things too far forward, too far out, do things too fast. Sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes they're going to have to get a surgery, and by surgery, I mean either jaw surgery or you're putting in screwing some type of appliance in with TADs. I don't help with that. I teach simple ortho. It's just too messy to do remotely. There are courses that do that. Of course, I have actually put one on my website, one that I personally approve. I have, talked to the instructor. She knows what she's doing. I've vetted the materials. It makes sense from my knowledge base. So if you want to work with that doctor, and I do believe sometimes you need multiple orthodontic mentors in your life if you're going to take things off. I do not help with surgical cases. That's just the way I set up my my program, my liability insurance for instructing and all that. Those are my limitations. Okay, so you still have to sometimes take Cephs, take CBCTs, do OSA screenings on adults, because Okay, let's say, for example, there is a huge overjet, and patient saying, no, I don't want jaw surgery. You know, I don't want my lower jaw broken and moved forward, or I don't want any of that. I just want you to take out upper premolars, or do a bunch of upper sequential distalization and elastics. We have to look. We have to have OMT look. We have to look at the airway. We don't want to make the tongue position smaller. So if they already are having signs of sleep issues, you're doing a screening, then that's not something you're going to want to do, because if and when down the line, and like I said, the dots aren't fully connected yet, but I have a feeling in my lifetime they will be. And already the ADA, American Dental Association, is saying that it is your job, standard of care, to sleep for sleep disordered breathing and sleep issues in adults and kids. If you see these kids, even if you don't treat them, you have to screen for them and refer out. So here you are doing ortho. If you're not screening for this, but yet you're doing retractive or retrusive or constrictive ortho, oops, you're going to get in trouble, because if and when this patient starts to come down with sleep apnea or starts suffering from other health conditions, it's only a matter of time before you get called up to a dental board. It's going to happen. I'm just letting you know. I mean, if you did not do your due diligence, let's put it that way, and really screen this patient first. And if you don't understand all this stuff, what is the surgery, how to do it, I'm not saying you have to do this. You can refer out for that consult. That's okay. Send to ortho. Let them refer for jaw surgery. Let them, even if the patient doesn't want it, let them give the information. It's a free consult. Just get the information. Get it in writing. Have it in your folder. That way you can say, patient went to see Dr. ABC to discuss ideal treatment plan, which includes this, 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 and this. Patient understands the risk. You have it all. You have all the paperwork. Now you put it in your files. And as the referring dentist, you should get a copy of the paperwork. You shouldn't have to ask your patient to give it to you. You can call the doctor. You literally can, and say, I need a copy of this treatment plan. And patient declines. I've done an OSA screening. I've done, all this, all the things. And the patient shows no signs of OSA, taken a ceph, got numbers, looked at profile. It appears it's okay to go ahead and do retrusive or retractive mechanics in order to get straight teeth, then that should be fine, right? Should be fine. But that's pretty much what I wanted to get at. Hopefully that helps you. I know it makes things more complicated for adults, but if you're going to see adults, well, and kids too, who are very challenged, you have to make sure you're not going to make them more challenged, is what it comes down to, because it's going to be, like I said, it's not a matter of if it's going to bite you in the ass. It will bite you in the ass. I just don't know when it's going to bite you in the ass. And you don't want this kind of headache. I have been through a dental board review. I did nothing wrong, but it was a complete nightmare of an entire life that cost me a lot of time and money. I don't want anyone to go through it. And I did everything right. Like, I got out of it. Sometimes it's just going to happen even if you do everything right, because sometimes people just want to pay out. That's just how it is, Or there's just one nasty doctor out there that thinks, oh, the nasty doctor that threw me under the bus was an orthodontist. Actually, no, it was a general dentist who does ortho, which made it even more fun, because that dentist was trying to get a full set of veneers paid for the mutual patient. And that dentist, I found out, told the mutual patient that if she proceeded with this, she'd probably win, I would probably settle, and she could have enough money to get her veneers. So shady, so shady. I did absolutely nothing wrong. So, all right, thank you so much.